charming, respectable humans of the world. I'm not gonna do this. Just got my water turned back on. So I'm gonna celebrate by actually, watch this. Not only am I gonna have some ice cream, I'm gonna put it in a bowl today, bro. Not for portion control reasons, just I'm adding something a little extra special today. Cooking with LP books. Normally I use an enormous bowl, and I just scoop like most of the tub goes into it. Today I'm gonna be petite. I did mostly vanilla because I have to get through it somehow, right? And a little bit of chocolate and no I mean, there's a speck of strawberry, which I'm not happy about, but not enough to do anything about. This is Cool Brew. It's a New Orleans company that makes coffee. But this, you keep this in your home. Get it for like, they come in bigger ones, but certain stores only have them in these little ones because people get up, it's like crack, alright? It's Nola crack, okay? It's like coffee concentrate, so you just need a shot or two, and it comes with this like really cool little spigot spout, and you push, and as you push, it fills the shot. On release, I have a whole shot waiting for me. You can either put it in water and half, or just whatever. I mean, if you want to dilute it, this is what I like to do. Alright, I'm just gonna do one. Sometimes I do 2 or 3. It's like, why would I bother with half and half or like cream? I usually do black coffee, it's like, if it's real coffee, but this stuff is too strong. Like, even if it's not even just too strong, like, you can take, you're like, this is like a concentrated water. I don't know. It's not like, I actually covered the taste. The best of both worlds. But I'm too old to know that reference. I babysit a lot. Shan's coming home today. That's my mom, for y'all who ain't in the know. She hates this song. I guess we could talk about Nicole Arbor. I mean, I could do my dishes. I put them in the water. I'm like, well, maybe we have water. I can let the dishes sit in water now. So, Nicole Arbor is, a beautiful blonde young lady whom I just discovered this week, as you may have as well. She has blown up the internet by viral storm with her fat shaming video. So, I don't know. Speaking as a fat, ugly person, I'm not super offended by it. I'm not speaking on behalf of all fat, ugly people. Is ugly part of it? I'm the president of both. So either way, like, my say is at the top of the pyramid for ugly fat people. Alright, like, ugh, and smelly people. I'm mortifying. I'm kind of glad that she made that video and that it blew up, just because it was a really good catalyst to the conversation, and I'm down with everybody talking about fat shaming. Like, fucking, it's about time. Thank you, Nicole Arbor, for bringing up this important topic, and maybe, you know, I can only hope, but don't really give a shit, that she'll, you know, change her mind over time and take into consideration, once this is blown over and once people get off her dick about it. Just people coming from all different angles at her now, and that comes with the height of popularity through controversy. I love that I'm literally drinking ice cream right now while I talk about fat shaming. At the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want. Nicole Arbor is gonna continue making herself look like herself. And I'm gonna keep eating ice cream mixed with coffee concentrate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. The video is like every comment on Facebook that you see from every idiot who's like, you know, every like typical justification you have to fat shame somebody is what she says, basically. Like, not healthy, you're gonna die of obesity, here are some statistics that I just pulled out of my ass for you. Like, okay, health police, with that personality, how are you gonna, you have to fat shame people if you need attention. I think what we hate, I think the easiest thing to hate about somebody is what you hate about yourself and you see in other people, and I think that's really just what Nicole Arbor is serving as. She's a face for that, and she's a face for those stupid comments that are like, well, you need to lose weight. She just did it on a video and showed her face, which at least she's like a braver asshole than the regular asshole who's like doing it from work, you know, like on their Facebook account, on like a news article comment section. You know, it's like, give her a little bit of crap. Just if I had anything to say to her, I guess I would just think like, I guess I would just say like, be open to considering it over time, what people are saying. Right now, it's like, people are just throwing shit at you, and the people who love you are going to say, take it with a grain of salt, don't look at it, which is true. You have every right to not look at it, or to take it into consideration, and to do what the fuck you want. You know, like, don't fucking look at it, whatever. But I would hope over time she would be more willing to be open to the conversation of what people are so harshly trying to say. I mean, she is one person who said this one dumb thing and everybody's like, how dare a skinny person tell a fat person what to do? But it's like, that's the same kind of shit I probably said at some point as a fat person. Like, fat people fat shame themselves and others. And I, like, when I look at Nicole Arbor videos, I've only seen that one, but as soon as I saw her, I was like, I immediately did not like her for reasons that I know I don't like in myself. She just comes off very, like, she just tries way too hard, and is just really arrogant, and really, like, willfully ignorant, and, like, loudly miseducated, and just such a know-it-all on top of that, which is, like, all the worst parts of myself. Like, anything that you see in somebody, anytime you, like, just see somebody, you don't know them, usually through a screen, because you're not having a real interaction. This is not me talking to you. This is me talking to my phone, and you're watching it later while I'm in bed watching you watch it. Or outside your window. I don't know. I don't know where it could be. I'm romantic like that. I think things that we are ashamed in ourselves for the ways we think that we would never admit, or the ways that we once were. I mean, she's what, 22, 16? That's a really, I mean, I don't know how old she is. I don't know anything about her. Maybe she was fat when she was younger, and this is like her own self-hatred coming out. Or maybe she'll just be like this forever. Maybe she'll grow up to be an old person who's like, I don't know, super Republican that hates fat people and wants poor people to starve. You know, like, fucking most of America. She's just like a beta fish for representing many people who think and talk like this. But it's cool that this platform happened and that people are like responding like, actually? Like, or whatever, you know? Like, a lot of people are like, oh no, I am healthy, but I'm fat. I'm like, fuck, like, I'm not even trying to like act like I'm a healthy fatty. You know, like, I'm not trying to be like, yeah, I'm fat, but I work out. I'm fat, but I eat celery. Fuck this song. You got the money maker. This is your chance to make it. As far as offensive culture goes, and censorship and political correctness is just basic manners, is all that is. You can be like, you know, everybody could be offended by something, but while that's true, when someone is sincerely offended by something, it has taken me many years to learn this, because I was never really offended by anything. Now I'm offended by everything. I think part of being cool and not offended by everything when I was younger had to do with growing up in a culture that asked us to not be offended, especially females. Like, you have to be chill, and you have to not like be against something because everybody, I mean, it's a peer pressure that exists. At the time I would have been like, whatever, nobody can pressure me, I'm not gonna end up vegetable. But it's like, I mean, I was so offensive. I was just offensive for the fuck of being offensive, or maybe just because I'm like offensive as a person. I think that's part of it. I'm not like trying to be offensive. I'm just a bad person. I used to be like, why would you be offended by me? Like, who would take me seriously enough to get, like, to be offended by it? My dad, I could never understand. I was like, how do you, like, I'd be like, it's not possible to be offended by me. At one point she says something like, in the video, like, you know, oh, we're gonna pull that card out. And it's like, if you refer to things as cards, that needs to, like, that's, they're, like, the race card and, like, the fat card, like, those aren't cards. Those are real things that people experience that you will never have to, or you never did, or maybe you, like I said, maybe you were fat at one point, maybe you were black at one point. I don't know your life. Personally, I like when people like her come out of the woods, because it brings other people like that out of the woods, so it's like, okay, I know not to ever associate with you. Or if somebody that you were associating with was like, oh my god, I love her, you could be like, oh, cool. Now I know not to ever judge your sense of character. Like, it brings that out real fast. I like it when assholes weed themselves out. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm fine with people like Nicole Arbor existing. Like, bring yourselves to light. Show your true colors. Friends on the internet. I would like to see her at an open mic, though, without the edit button. That would be really fun. Oh my god, could you imagine her trying to be live? There's no cut button, there's no turning the camera off, and you wouldn't be looking at your reflection, you'd be looking at eyeballs staring back at you, either staring back at you super bored, or not paying 2 fucks of attention to you because they're like wrapped up in their own world. Like, comedy is a totally different game when it's offline. But I mean, good for her, shout out to your success, girl. Riding the backs of us ugly fatties. Getting to the top. Alright, here we go. This has been coffee, ice cream, morning, breakfast. I don't know. Thank you for joining me as the president of Ugly Fat People, riding the coattails of Nicole Arbor's name and current scandal.